Hi, and thank you for tuning in. Today I'll go through this argumentative essay. So, is downloading movies over the internet for free a wrong thing to do? Um, I'll go through each paragraph and make changes as we go along, and right at the end, I'll then make commentary about the topic and whether this essay answered the question, and also some tips for the exam. Okay. So I'll track my changes here so that you can see them. Okay, the internet has provided an increasing amount of movies and films that can be downloaded for free. This is incorrect because the income of retailers are dwindling because of this, and the values of movies are becoming even smaller due to this action. Okay, first thing I would notice that we wouldn't say this is incorrect because, first of all, that's not the topic. This is really important to get right in the exam, especially for argumentative writing, because there is a difference by saying this is incorrect or correct, as opposed to this is a wrong thing to do. Okay, so this is a wrong thing to do because the reason why I say this is incorrect. You know, when you spell something, you spell it incorrectly. Um, Whereas a wrong thing to do is something that has, I guess, greater weight. So this is a wrong thing to do because the income of retailers are dwindling. Um, I guess you'd rephrase that into something like, this is because downloading movies takes um, dilutes the income, the rightful income of retailers, and the second point is with your when you're writing your introduction, your signposting, you have your first argument and your second argument. Your first argument here is, as I rephrase it, downloading movies dilutes the rightful income of retailers. That's the first thing. What else does it do? You don't say, and because of this, then something happens. You have to come up with the new argument. So the new argument here is, and the value of movies are becoming ever smaller due to this action. Let me just. And the values of movies are becoming even smaller due to this action. Um, and movies are devalued because of free downloading. Okay, that's fine. Let's move on to the first argument. Downloads. Okay, the profit made by film retailers is becoming more and more diminutive because movies can be downloaded free of charge on the internet, and these retailers are being punished by actions make the whole film industry unstable on a long-term basis. Okay, first thing here is that there's a lot of points here. First is film retailers is becoming more and more diminutive. Second point that I would say is okay, so now explain to me why. Well, you've said that because movies can be downloaded free. My second question is come how does the link involve the downloading of movies free of charge to actually to decreasing their income? That's where this paragraph, that's the key to this paragraph. You need to show step by step the link between downloading free of charge and why it affects their income. So, what you need to do is that these retailers are being punished by actions that make the whole film industry unstable on the long term. This could be put at the end. So the profit made by film retailers is becoming more and more diminutive because movies can be downloaded free of charge on the internet. This is because ... This is where the crux of your argument really is, because you need to explain why. What you've done here is, if this goes on, the only reliable way to gain a profit is by cinema, and even that can easily collapse. Okay, that can be something that can be added in at the end, but let's write about why this happens. When a truly spectacular film comes out, it's just a matter of time before it becomes available on the internet and can no longer be sold. Again, the main issue here is, please describe why. Okay? A lot of the times when I'm reading this, a lot of the times when I do read essays, there are some really good arguments, but the points are in explaining the link between saying that, okay, downloading free of charge affects retailers by making them lower, and this means that it's truly a matter of time before the internet makes spectacular films redundant. However, you have to explain why, and this is where the points are. This is because, so let's think about why, and I think this is what some students struggle with. So why exactly downloading free of charge on the internet affects their income? Well, when they download free of charge, you're not paying. However, people like retailers rely on people paying for films. If they're not paying for them and downloading them for free, then the income that would have been given to the retailers is no longer provided. And why else does this affect them? Well, because retailers pay for these films to sell them. If no one buys them, they download it for free, it means that retailers never recover the cost of their purchasing and therefore lose income. Okay, so I've written here 4 points that you should be including. Okay, they're 4 key points that explain step by step the link between downloading free of charge and why at the end it affects retailers. Okay, and why it affects their income. Because first of all, the income that should have gone to them is diverted to another area, is not even diverted, it doesn't even come out anymore because they're accessing it from a different point. And this is wrong. Okay? This is wrong because it is effectively stealing what should be a paid product. Okay? And this is where the main area comes. You have to say why it's wrong. And this means by doing so, you link this back to the question. Okay? So the lessons learned here are: 1, you have your argument, which is this first part, and that's well done. You then need to take it up one level higher by saying, well, where's the link? When you download it for free of charge, how, in fact, does it affect retailers in decreasing their income? Show me step by step. So these are the 4 steps here that leads to this, and then this, you're showing step by step how this affects retailers, but then tell me, why is it wrong? It's wrong because you're stealing what should be a paid product from a genuine retailer who wants to sell. Okay, so that's that. Um, given given those points there, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now, um, that would be enough to take you for that one paragraph. Okay, let's move on to the second paragraph. So this is where you say it, the films are actually devalued. Directors, actors, and all sorts of crew work together to make movies, and once in a while something truly marvelous appears. With the advent of internet downloading, however, their actions could soon be for nothing. If the internet downloading isn't stopped, then it's possible that movies are no longer viewed as amazing or material valuable. Again, this is similar to the previous one. Please explain why. Okay? The first sentence, which is saying the actions are for nothing, and then the second sentence, which says no longer valuable, you need to explain why, though. You need to carry that link. So here you've write, but just a group of animation that can seem for no charge. Again, you have to explain why. This means that even the most spectacular movies may not be viewed as truly good things. Again, saying the same thing, but what's missing is the why. Okay, this paragraph won't get many marks due to the fact that it's a lot of repeating as well. You want to try and make your arguments as sort of clean as possible, with as much thinking and content, because that's what you get rewarded on. So what I would do is say directors, actors, and all sorts of crews work together to make movies, and what I'd say is downloading for free is wrong, as it devalues movies. This is because ... Well, why is it? This is what you should be doing in your brainstorming area when you have time to think. Well, first of all, why does it devalue movies? People are downloading it for free. Therefore, the film companies don't get royalties for it. So that's the income that film companies make. If they don't get royalties or get rewarded for making films, the industry will become unsustainable, as there is no income to fund operations. This means that high budget, top quality films may never be produced for the enjoyment of others again. Okay, so them again, my 4 points, and these are the 4 points which you need to expand. So in the exam, I guess as an easier point of, as a step-by-step process, write those points that actually explain why, step by step. Then you use your paragraph to merge those 4 points together in a way that flows coherently. Okay? So, third paragraph should usually be the counter argument plus a reorientation. Okay? The fact that others, even those that have little money, can access such movies isn't enough compensation for the damage that free movies might bring. Movies are meant to cost money, at least to make a movie a truly material possession. The fact that people with paltry money can access it means that movies are truly big things that one needs to work hard for. Again, I'm not sure what this means, but the topic is downloading movies is a wrong thing to do, and you have to explain why. Some people believe that downloading for free isn't wrong, okay? And this is very clear that it is the opposite side of this argument. So some people believe that downloading movies free isn't wrong. This is because they believe they should be able to access what many people see as being enjoyment. Okay, and then you could go back to saying, well, why is this wrong? However, dot dot dot. So that should be your structure in the how to write an argumentative essay in 15 minutes. This is the same structure that many of the written pieces follow. I would advise, my opinion of this is to stick with that structure, because in most cases you can't really go, I guess in many cases by sticking to a set structure, at least you have a foundation there, and in most cases that's a good thing. So overall, movies shouldn't be downloaded on the internet for free, if not for the damage it could bring, then simply to make it a material that can't be properly appreciated. I guess what I'm really looking for is, why is it wrong? So in your conclusion you said movies shouldn't be downloaded for free on the internet. I guess the topic, I know it's quite subtle, but the topic isn't should it be downloaded but for free. The topic is actually, is it wrong? And then you have to say why. With these, a few things come, because it's stealing. Okay, it's stealing in multiple ways. It's what else is it? Yeah, it's stealing. It's taking away the rights of film companies to earn royalties. It's doing a lot of things actually. It's taking away. Why is it wrong? It's encouraging illegal activity, because obviously it's encouraging people to post up free movies so that people can download, or I guess the sharing of movies that should be free. So there's a lot of other arguments that in some cases I think are stronger arguments as opposed to taking away income. Like stealing, people shouldn't, it's wrong because it's stealing. Why is it stealing? Well, because usually people are selling movies, even though you can download it for free. It's just like saying, well, if you saw a book in the shop, or if you saw $50 in the shop and someone was giving $50 on the internet for free, or if someone had left it there and no one saw, and these sort of things, I guess they're ethical questions as well. A lot of people don't think downloading for free is wrong because it's, I guess, so easily done. You can't get caught really. It's not hurting anyone per se directly, but in a way it is stealing. So they're the sort of arguments I'm looking for, and especially when you get a topic like this in the exam, the most important thing is to actually understand what the question is asking, and to make sure you get arguments directly as a result of that, and don't change the topic. Just try and focus on what it is, because sometimes the difference between a good essay and I guess an essay that's not as good as the others is in understanding the question, and sometimes this question is actually a hard one to do. Okay, so I hope you enjoy that, and good luck for your exam this Saturday.